Hello and welcome to the Screen Chronicles. I'm Colby. With me as always is Steve. And today we're coming at you with some DC action because we're going to break down and talk about the new trailer for The Batman. Are you ready to talk about this, man?
Yes, I'm ready to talk about the new Batman trailer.
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about the new Batman trailer.
Cool.
This really got me pumped because I had seen some images. We've seen things from the new Robert Pattinson Batman movie. And I'm like, ooh, that Batman actually looks kind of cool. And then I would hear something like, so-and-so is this character. And I'm just like, I don't know if Colin Farrell should be Penguin. And then I'll hear like, ooh, Robert Pattinson is against working out for Batman. I'm just like, this sounds like it might be kind of bad. And then I hear...
What was your reaction when Robert Pattinson was cast for Batman?
Again, I think
that was the first thing I heard.
Again, I was just like, are we just trying to get worse and worse with our castings of Batman?
I'll admit I was
Ben
skeptical
Affleck,
too.
Robert Pattinson. I was just like, come on, people. Like, let's just get like an unknown who just kills it.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting when you pick a guy like that who's like big from Twilight, and although he killed it in Harry Potter, Cedric Diggory.
Yes, he did.
I think he did really well in that. Now I've seen like clips of or Twilight and stuff. I've seen like parts of it. Didn't really seem like my thing.
It's not. I've seen the first two. It's not. It's not our thing, man.
You have, okay? No, okay. I think that's just a different style. Apparently, he killed it in that, though. I don't know. Was he good in that?
I think he did what they wanted him to do. I don't think it's his fault that it's a shit story. You know what I mean? Twilight. It's not. It's the author's fault, and then it's the people who thought making a movie was a good idea. My sister.
A lot of people love
it.
that movie.
Well, my sister loves it, but she thinks the things I like are dumb, though. So
that's true. Yeah.
I think he did what
we
he
are
needed
dumb
to in that. And I saw him in, I think, Water for Elephants or something. It was a romance kind of movie. I thought he was good in that. And the new movie Tenant coming out, he looks like he's good in that just from the trailers.
Well, whenever they take someone who's so mainstream and put him as like this iconic role,
yeah,
I think sometimes it makes you wonder how's it going to be. But then again, Ben Affleck did a pretty good job, I got to admit.
I think he did.
I mean, as Batman, the movies weren't great, but as Batman, I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Robert Pattinson, he's got a great reputation, though. So I'm excited to see what he does with the role. But I will admit, when I first heard it, I kind of questioned the pick. I was like, that's not who I pictured doing it. Until this trailer came out. And seeing like what he looks like in this. First of all, the bat suit looks freaking great. Okay? I don't know if you noticed, but the bat symbol looks like that could be something you could take out of the suit.
I think it's pieces of the gun that killed his parents or something, is what I've heard. So it's like...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
It's a little symbolism to make the suit.
Kind of a ghetto suit, too, you know?
Do you like the look of it?
I like the look of it. It looks very armored and practical. That's one thing I liked about Christopher Nolan's Batman is that his suit made sense. A reason why you would be dressing up a certain way to go fight crime is because it was bulletproof and it had armor. And I like the way I like how Snyder's Batman looks, but to me, it's just like, why would I go out and fight people as a mortal man myself with something that isn't going to protect me from guns? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. As far as his look, I think the Batman look is sweet. And then you have how he looks. And he just looks like kind of a dark loner like kind of guy. And his hair, just the way his like bangs kind of fall over his eyes and just makes him kind of seem really dark to me.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I agree. It looks like in this trailer it's going to be a real tense time. I don't know if Batman was always like this or if he's just being put under the pressure. I know that from what I've read that this is near the beginning. This isn't like Batman Begins, but this is like the year after or so.
Yeah, I guess it's in his second year of being the Batman.
Yeah.
So I guess this is not an origin story.
It looks like he might be like tuning out the fine edges. You know, you see him that one shot in the police station and like it looks like he's like kind of fighting off the cops and there's some trouble there.
Some tension. Yeah. So
it looks like this is going to be like a very tense time for him. So is he always dark like this or is it just because we've got this serial killer in here?
Talking about practicality, like you just mentioned, though, I mean, how much more practical does it get than duct tape? Dude, the beginning to this trailer, man, I hope after we see this movie, we never want to hear the sound of duct tape again. I hope after we watch this movie, anytime somebody like just rips open duct tape in your house, I hope that you just like immediately go into like a defense mode.
Oh my God. My skin was crawling just at the beginning opening of the trailer with the duct tape.
You don't even see anything yet.
You haven't seen
it. You just hear it.
I was just like, this is bad. This is bad. And then you just see this guy in a guy's face wrapped up in duct tape. And I was like, oh my God, that's a terrible way.
Practical. It's terrible, but it's practical. It doesn't cost much to go get duct tape.
Yeah. And I guess this villain is the Riddler, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So that's what an interesting look for the Riddler. That's not what I've ever imagined the Riddler to look like.
Dark take on him.
The guy who plays the Riddler, actually, Paul Dano, I first saw him in Little Miss Sunshine. You ever seen that movie? No.
I guess it wasn't about duct tape killing people, though.
No, but he was a dark individual in that movie
as
well.
Was.
Not that dark, but like, wow, what a chance for him to like play this awesome bad guy. And that's one thing that really stuck out that's making me excited is he sounds like he's going to be this sweet kind of cryptic bad guy who has some kind of crazy motive, that we don't know yet. Yeah, Matt Reeves, who's directing this movie, has said that it's going to be sort of like a detective style film. But that makes me wonder, with these cryptic messages that we see in this trailer from the Riddler, is it going to sort of be like the Zodiac killer kind of thing?
It almost feels like a movie, like what you were saying, where Seven or Zodiac Killer, and then all of a sudden Batman's dropped into it to solve the murder instead of Brad
So we're going to
Pitt.
get some action. Yeah. Yeah.
And I really like that sort of tone and take on it. And I like, too, that this is just a standalone. It's not part of the universe, so we don't have to worry about how it's going to affect, like, the Ben Affleck version. We can still have that version.
Well, some people think it might be might be the same universe that Joker occurred in. I don't think there's anything to confirm that. And I think I've seen a few things that make it not make sense. But I think people want it to. Do you remember one theory somebody I saw had? The people that have the white faces at the end with
black
makeup on. Somebody's theory was a group of the Jokers, which I guess is a group from the comics, who were inspired possibly by Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. The one thing that kind of refutes that, it doesn't necessarily refute it, is that apparently Joker took place in 1982, and in this movie they've all got iPhones. Like everybody's got an iPhone or a smartphone. I don't know if it's iPhone, but so that would be quite a long time after, pretty displaced from that movie for this group. But who knows? It could be. That would be kind of cool if they were inspired by the Joker in some way.
Yeah. How are those guys not Joker guys? They've got the smiles. Well, I think one guy had like half a face, so maybe two-face, but like they look like the Joker gang. You know what I mean? Like that's what they look like.
Right.
It does give you something that kind of reminds you of like Dark Knight in the sense that here's this practical Batman. Here's like a gritty villain, like how they made Bane into something interesting instead of just like a Hulk ripoff, and that's what this feels like what they're doing with the Riddler now, instead of the kooky like Jim Carrey version or even from the Arkham games. I love those games, but like this one, he's a serial killer, dude. He's scary. He's got duct tape. I'm scared of duct tape now.
Oh man. The first guy that had duct tape on, like just covered in his face, said "No more lies." And this could be a spoiler. I don't know if it's true or not, but just warning. What was the question? It was, what does a liar do when he's dead? And people think that he lies still.
Damn.
How it just like gives me like chills right there.
Yes,
like,
it does. We also get to see Commissioner Gordon, who I thought the guy they have as new Commissioner Gordon sounds like a real Commissioner Gordon dude.
Jeffrey Wright, the guy who plays Gordon.
Yeah, and he's in
Westworld. Do you remember him in Westworld?
That's right.
So yeah, he's got a great track record. I've liked pretty much everything. I liked him in everything he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who was not in the trailer?
Alfred.
Yeah, and you know who plays Alfred, right?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, baby.
Golem.
Alfred. Batman. Yeah. No, that was horrible. It's the Batman. No, that's even worse. No, I don't know. I don't have it today. But anyway.
Well, we get to hear him talk, though, and it sounds like he's going to be really lecturing Bruce, and I can't wait to see that that dynamic as well. In Catwoman, we get to see that's, I think, Jason Momoa's wife, correct?
Zoe Kravitz.
That's
Zoe
Kravitz. Yeah, so she looks cool.
I think I heard from the director that she's not yet Catwoman though,
but she like
or something.
Definitely is.
But she's like heading that way.
Like, I'm just a
or
cat
not yet
burglar.
Officially. She hasn't gotten their certificate yet.
She hasn't
got her licensure for.
Got to pass
Catwoman,
the cat exam.
But yeah, and then the other interesting cast, like you mentioned earlier, is Colin Farrell as Penguin.
I did not recognize him when I saw him in the trailer.
God.
He was
the level of prosthetics. But I've also heard that in this movie, he doesn't like being called Penguin yet. He doesn't like embrace that name yet or something.
Oh, everyone's still yet in this.
That's the thing, man. Who knows? And you want to know the other very interesting thing about this trailer?
What?
Apparently, this is only like 30% of the movie's been made so far.
That's what I've heard as well.
So that's what we got just from that 30%?
Yeah. And another thing we get to see is just Batman beating the heck HECK out of a dude.
Is this not the definition of Batman swag? Like, that was so Batman, punching that dude to death.
Oh my God. He probably could have stopped after he took him to the ground. Two more hammer fists.
That was kind of like, it was a little bit like Ragnar. Ragnarsson in Last Kingdom.
There was like some squish sounds, like when he was
dude.
like, I was like, Batman, no, stop.
But it lent to the freaking coolest part of the trailer.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Of course, in everybody's head, everyone thinks they know what's about to be said. What did you think was going to be said there?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Totally. But no.
I'm vengeance.
I am vengeance.
I'm vengeance. Oh my God.
I wonder if he's going to say the Batman
that
speech here. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
So it's not necessarily that it's just an original, like the I am vengeance line's original, but I think everyone was in their brain heard I am Batman, and he goes and he says, I am vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
With a cool voice. This is the first time we get to hear him talk in the trailer.
His Batman voice. We only hear that one line for his Batman voice, but I think it's good. I think it's good. Too gravelly like Christian Bale, and it's not too like electronic like Ben Affleck's is. I like that it's a natural sounding voice.
Yeah.
I just love seeing him beat the hell out of that dude.
Oh my God. And there's just the sound effects, dude.
And it's
the sound effects.
I hope he's not a killer.
You hear the guy's jaw break.
I hope he's not a killer in this.
I think he killed that dude. I'm sorry.
I don't know how you couldn't have killed that guy. At least maimed him so bad. I mean, that's one thing too from like the Arkham games. Batman doesn't kill, but he will shove your head into a circuit breaker and beat you to death or beat you half to death.
Yeah.
And leave you on the ground.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope he's not a killer though, because that as soon as I saw Batman vs Superman and he just started killing people with his tank, like I was checked out.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me too, but I have a feeling he's gonna kill.
I hope he doesn't.
I don't know.
I hope he doesn't.
He just went ham on that dude. The other thing, they do a little homage to Evil Genius. If you see real quick at the funeral, I don't know if it was at the funeral, but the guy gets out of the car, got a collar bomb on.
Oh,
and a phone.
Yeah.
I was just like, Matt Reeves definitely watched Evil Genius. He's like, that's a good idea.
Do you think I was a pizza delivery?
If you don't know Evil Genius, check out Evil Genius on Netflix. It happened in the city Steve and I went to grad school in. We weren't there when it happened, but not while we were there, unfortunately. But no, it was a crazy story.
I love the shot of him too. And I think it might be the first time he meets those Joker guys. He's coming up an elevator and just
another shot that was like very Batman, very classic Batman was the one with like the grappling hook just shooting up through the stairwell.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was like, that's classic Batman.
Yeah, and like a cop was like, ooh, like, look at this guy or something like that. And just like, I was like, this reminds me of the Batman Begins chase. Like, you know, and the tank is just going through and the cops are just like, it's a black tank. You know, he's flying on rooftops. Yeah. That's what reminds me of that chase.
But I got to say, one thing I really love about Riddler from this trailer is just his voice. I mean, think about all the great bad guys that we love. I feel like they all have very distinct voices, very recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Bane and Joker.
Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
Even him. They're just very distinct. And I think Riddler has it. It sounds super badass, super scary. And then the last thing you hear in the trailer, I think, is you're part of this too, Riddler says. And I think maybe Robert Pattinson says, how so? And I think it ends with him saying, like, you'll see, or something like that. And I was like, ooh, that's a great way to end a trailer.
Yeah. And the movie comes out in $?0?1.
So
I don't
30,
know
31? 40, 41?
It looks like a great movie, though, to me. At least
Oh,
I'm interested
so
in
excited.
seeing it. Again, I just
I
hope
know.
they don't have Batman as a killer, but otherwise I am ready for this
Yeah.
dark movie.
I'm going opening night. I've already decided. I don't care. I'm going opening night.
So what would you guys tell us what you guys think about the new Batman trailer? Are you going to come out and see it in 30/31? We hope to see you there. Let us know in the comments what you think about it.
Please subscribe to the Screen Chronicles, because we're probably going to cover this when it comes out. We'll do a review and breakdown of the movie.
Cue the music.